Thank you so much for joining us today, Mr. Gaomab. Let's just start off with a look at the mandate of the Competition Commission from the Namibian government. You've been in existence for 3 years now. Just give us an idea of exactly what that mandate is.
Yes, thank you very much for having me here. The mandate of the Namibian Competition Commission, as instructed by the Act of Parliament, by the government of the Republic of Namibia, has been to ensure competitive market conditions in the Namibian economy and to ensure fair market, thereby also to promote and safeguard competition, so that all the businesses and the companies in the economy do have a fair regard as to how they are playing itself out in our economy. And we have so far been implementing that mandate for the past 3 years.
So, you know, in your 3 years of existence, what success have you had in unearthing anti-competitive behaviour or collusive activity in the economy?
We have actually looked at the mergers and acquisitions of close to 200 mergers, which translates to 6 to 8 mergers per month. So we have been quite very much busy. The mergers have been ranging around retail, IT, manufacturing, and also the mining sector. So the vibrancy, the dynamism of this economy is actually very well appreciated, and one can see that there is a strong foreign direct investment interest and inflow in the Namibian economy. What we are also currently doing is to have regard to anti-competitive practices in the Namibian economy, and currently we've got close to 20 cases that we are busy investigating, and there are signs of high level of concentrations, there are signs of high level of anti-competitive activity in the economy, and we are about to actually conclude a major breakthrough in one of the major sectors in the Namibian economy concerning a cartel behavior.
So where are the sectors? As you say, there are indications of concentration and, you know, cartel-like behavior in certain sectors of the economy. Tell us, you know, where these are skewed towards.
Can I get you on the last question, please, ma'am?
Which sectors is anti-competitive behavior most prevalent in, basically?
Well, as I've mentioned, I'm not at liberty to pinpoint the sectors, but the major sectors that we have in this economy is actually the agriculture, manufacturing, as well as the retail and mining and fishing. In one of those sectors, we have regarded there is a strong level of cartel behavior, and there has been quite a strong element of coming up with some procedural issues and provisional issues in terms of the Act to look at those sectors. And we are quite highly confident that we are at a breakthrough of bringing about a case that will have major ramifications for the Namibian economy.
Well, we definitely hope to get you on that show when you announce the findings of that. But overall, do you feel that with you being more, you know, visible in the market, with oversight being more obvious, do you feel that companies are responding positively? They're basically cleaning up their act?
Yes, as you know, last year we had a major case that involved Walmart and Massmart. Our mandate in terms of looking at that case was to ensure that the presence of Walmart, as you know, is quite a major international company, and its presence in Namibia, we wanted to look at how, from a conditional approval point of view, Walmart is to contribute to the economy. And so far, since the case has been to the Supreme Court, we have actually succeeded in actually winning the case. And that actually shows that strong level of business confidence and a strong level of adherence that the companies do have in the Namibian economy in terms of the mandate that we have as a Namibian Competition Commission.
So you talk about the fact that you've got about 20 firms or 20 companies that are under investigation when it comes to anti-competitive behavior. Talk us through the type of penalties that these firms will face if they're found to be guilty.
Yes, in terms of the Act, The Act is very specific. It actually says that if a company has been found to be anti-competitive and then prosecuted, that they can face a maximum of 10% of their global turnover. Now that basically means that we will not be fining them at the level of the national turnover or national sales. We will rather look at the multinational character of that company and then indeed look at their global annual financial statement and then find them at that level of the turnover that they have from a multinational point of view. So it is quite a very serious offense, and the companies are actually well advised that they need to desist or do not practice any anti-competitive behavior in the Namibian economy.
Of course, you're looking to stamp out anti-competitive behavior and, maximizing the use of resources and making sure that the economy is as efficient as it can be. And there was, just looking at the lineup for the conference, World Bank economists talking about the importance of that. Are there any studies as to the role that anti-competitive behavior or the impact that anti-competitive behavior has had on the local economy?
We just concluded a very well-researched study that tries to internalize the competition policy and law towards the competitiveness element of the Namibian economy. Now, we were trying to look at the cost structure of the economy. We tried to interrogate the export potential as well as the relevance of how some of the companies and some state-owned enterprises actually behave in the economy. And there is regard to prove that indeed there may be some level of sense of making sure that companies are well educated and are well advised and also informed on how they need to practice from a competition compliance point of view. But as you have mentioned, during this week, we do have conferences and events lined up to interrogate much more closely that issue. But as you know, some of the anti-competitive behaviors may need to have regard to be investigated, and there are provisions in the Act that we are doing. So we do not necessarily want to play the role of a policeman, but rather we want to make sure that we actually inform and also procedurally tell companies that they should not behave in those kind of activities. And if they do, as I've mentioned, it can be a serious offense.
Thank you so much for joining us today, Mr. Gaomab.